All over the European Alps, there are mountain huts located in some of the most isolated and dangerous places in the world. And I'm going to be staying in some. The first one being Traqui Hut, which looks more like a space station than a mountain hut. And the second one being a survival shelter called Bivac de Zen, which looks like an actual nuclear bunker.
The hike up to the first hut is the equivalent of walking to the top of the Empire State Building 4 times!
And even if we made it to the hut, we didn't know what to expect when we got there. You see, Traqui Hut is like a hotel on a mountain. So how much was it going to cost for a night? What kind of food do they serve? What would the sleeping arrangements be like? Let's find out.
Traqui, 4 hours, 45 minutes. Doing such a hike by myself would be stupid, so I was joined by my 2 friends, Ben and Harry, who are way more experienced than I am. The start of the hike was actually pretty easy, and the sun was out. It was just fantastic, but it did start to get much harder pretty quickly.
Dead man walking right now.
It was starting to hit home though, just how far we'd have to hike. But nonetheless, the spirits were still high.
And that's where we're going.
The scenery though was honestly breathtaking. Both metaphorically and literally.
You two in the back makes me laugh.
An hour into our
Alright, we're an hour into our 5-hour trek. It's been pretty hard going so far, very hard going, and we're flagging pretty bad and we're running behind schedule. But other than that, it's been pretty nice. I thought cows were purple in Switzerland, like the milk cow. You seen the milk chocolate purple cow? Bonjour.
Me and the boys were flying though, and before we knew it, we were halfway up the climb.
And that down there is where we started.
However, we had a serious problem.
Oh, it looks even worse on camera. Looks like we're expecting rain, boys. That's where we're going, boys! Come on! That's the view in front, and this is the view behind. We're being chased by storms. No, seriously, this could be pretty sketchy.
At this point, Ben went ahead whilst me and Harry were doing some filming, and with the prospect of a pretty severe storm and weather being notoriously unpredictable at this altitude, me and Harry had to get a move on.
When you're out on these alpine walks, you rely on streams to fill your bottles up because you don't want to be carrying too much fluid. But when the stream's dry, no! That's thunder. Uh-oh. Yes! Water! Be saved! You don't get views like this every day. So cool up here. Trying to appreciate it, but also get a move on.
As we were gaining altitude though, the air was getting thinner, making it harder and harder to breathe.
I'm seriously flagging here. I honestly don't know what to do without these. Cab Traqui.
We were so close to the hut, but the closer we did get, the more difficult the terrain became.
My calves are burning. My back is sweating.
And I was genuinely starting to go a bit delirious at this point. I think the altitude was having an effect.
Seriously, the rain's picking up a bit. The wind's picking up a bit. The rain's picking up a bit.
What's crazy though is that the hike to the second hut made this expedition look like a walk in the park. Anyway, we were so close to warmth, shelter, and food that nothing was going to stop us now.
Oh my day. Oh my days. What? What on earth? This is incredible. What?
We had made it.
Traqui Hut. Oh my. Hey!
Just a video, like you've got 10 minutes left of tea.
Oh gosh, fancy seeing you here. Alright, this looks like where we take shoes off, take our bags off, and put on some Crocs, which is great because now I can tell absolutely everyone in here that I've ran the marathon world record in Crocs.
This is the dining area. Look at that view. I then checked into the hut and then started answering the questions I had.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much.
First question being, where do you sleep?
This is me. Oh, it's a push. Okay, wow. Look at this. And this is my bed. And this might be one of the best bedroom views in the entire world.
I then unpacked my stuff before heading down to dinner to answer question number 2. What can you eat? We had soup for starters, then a salad for a second starter, then carbonara for the main. And because you can't drink the tap water at the hut, I had to buy a bottle of water, which cost $12. Damn! And to finish off, we had like an apple and almond pudding. It was weird, but nice. All in all, the food was absolutely incredible. The weather had been a different story though. We'd had fog, wind, snow, rain, and lightning, all in the space of a couple of hours. We then signed the book for the hut. And then me and the boys chilled out for the rest of the evening, played a bit of cards. You know how it is. We were just praying that the weather was going to be better tomorrow morning. But we did not expect this.
My old man bought a big bass boat. When I think of that summer of hope I choke. 'Cause even if we didn't catch a little bit of something, we parked that boat by the bluff at the Daisy. I got a need to find trouble when things are alright. I pine for pain in the morning light.
This is probably the most spectacular sunrise I have ever seen. What a place to wake up. Now, this is honestly like so special. It's looking pretty good as well, to be fair. Joking. You can see all the people off in the distance going to summit the close by mountain, which is really cool as well. They were up at 4:30 this morning. I know that because they woke me up, but it's almost 7 a.m, which means breakfast is going to be served in the hut. So, gonna go and grab breakfast now. Okay, gonna be honest, this place might have been the coolest place I've ever stayed at. The sleeping situation was not maybe amazing. I had some guys snoring in my dorm, I couldn't sleep, and then I woke up at 4:30 for people leaving to go to the summit. But, you know, that's to be expected. And when you consider the sunrise we got this morning, what? One of my questions that was answered this morning, how did they get food here? How did they get supplies here? And most likely, how did they build this place? Is by helicopter. That was also pretty unbelievable. That was so cool. If you could sum this up in one word.
Don't know. Too many words.
Don't know.
Too many.
Go on, Ben, you can do better than that. One word.
All right.
All right. Dunno and all right.
We then packed our stuff and started our hike back down to base camp. Oh, and it cost $120 for the night.
Goodbye, Truckee Hut. See you again.
Hike.
I wish that was on purpose. Guten Tag. We're on the Simplon Pass and at the start of the second hike up to the bivouac. This is going to be a big hike.
The hike up to this hut is like walking up the world's steepest road for 3.5 miles.
But the questions I'm trying to answer here is what is inside the shelter? I mean, all I've seen is just pictures of a tin box. Is there going to be beds? Is there going to be board games? Is there going to be a 3-course meal? We've also gained another member of the crew.
Betty!
Are you ready for the climb?
Talk alphabet. Talk alphabet.
Yo, Matty, one of them must spin them like a windmill. You talk for them, go to them and we got the skill. Dance can nice and let's spend them on the bill. And the girls see you with
So we set off on the walk and the vibes were high.
Quick, Harry, tell him the joke. Tell him the joke. Go on, tell him. Oh, I wish them cows had.
Move out of the way.
But we had a pretty monstrous task ahead of us. 3.5 miles, 5 Eiffel Towers worth of climb. This was one hell of a walk. Oh, and the hut was literally in the clouds. We couldn't actually see where it was.
I'd say hopefully the clouds don't drop anymore, or else visibility could be poor, and we'd probably have to cancel the walk.
And we only had a couple more hours of daylight, so we had to get a move on.
Tell me you're in the Swiss Alps without telling me you're in the Swiss Alps.
It's not even purple.
Okay, progress update. We're making good progress. We're coming up to halfway. We're slightly uncertain as to what the terrain's going to be like because there's no live cameras and we're a bit concerned around snow. When we get to this ridge up here, see what sort of snow, if any, there is and whether we'll be able to get through and if we'll be able to make it to the bivouac. Come on, team! Yeah! Oh, mate, the big view. Whoa. Holy... What? No. That's the glacier up here, but it used to run all the way down here. Then obviously the world's got warmer, the glacier's melted, and now there's just a fat hole in the mountain. Some fruit or poisonous berries. Any ideas?
Definitely a pomegranate.
Pomegranate? Yeah. Well, genuinely?
The scenery was amazing, but this is where things became a bit more tricky, and we slowly became less and less confident that we were going to make it to the hut.
The rain has started.
We were all getting wet and cold, and this was the furthest point from any shelter. But then we reached the first bit of snow and established we were fine to carry on.
So?
So we filled up our water bottles and made a push for the summit. We were still a long way from the hut, and the terrain was only going to get worse.
This is ridiculous. This is crazy.
We had so far to go, yet we'd still not seen the hut. Until we did.
Is that it? We can see it! Oh, come on, let's go. I can see it, look. Jesus.
Oh jeez, yeah.
But it is scary just seeing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a humble reminder. Obviously, the steeper the snow gets, the higher the risk of falling. So we're going to try and stick to the rock line.
But sticking to the rock line actually proved more dangerous.
I almost feel like this is too gnarly to make a video about.
Yeah, sorry. By filming this, I'm not like...
I think we might have to go back down to the snow.
So we headed back down to the snow to continue the hike from there. All the joking had stopped at this point, and we were just fully focused on the task at hand. We were just trying to pick out the fastest yet safest routes possible. The sun was now starting to set, but we were so close to the summit, there really was no turning back from this point. But we'd now crossed the worst of the terrain. We were gonna make it to the hut.
Yeah!
High five.
Yeah! Woo! Let's go. Yeah! Wow.
Pretty freaking cool.
We've made it! I honestly can't believe it. That was a bit of a sketchy journey, but no, we're here. This place is incredible. The hut's pretty basic, but for where it is, it's incredible. But I'll show you more of that tomorrow, given that there's no lights in the hut, so you can't really see anything at the minute. Anyway, I'm gonna chow down for some food. Salute! Play some cards.
Ben, do you have any fours?
No.
Oh! Go to bed, and I'll see you in the morning. Oh my days. What? What a sunrise, once again. Incredible. This is all just mind-blowing. It's a bright and beautiful morning.
How did everyone find the hut?
Cozy.
It was cozy. All in all, what we score in the hut?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I think that's fair.
We then went through the diary, which is kept in the bivouac and has been there since it was built in 1999.
4th of August. What?
Whoa, 2023.
No one's been here for over a year.
Every person that stays here writes an entry in this diary, and it was now our turn.
On these decaying rock faces.
Oh my god.
Are you Shakespeare?
I'm spitting bar.
How long have you been eating that, Harry?
Humble tin can.
About an hour.
Piece of engineering.
For this tin.
tin can.
For this.
No, that sounds ungrateful.
No, for this.
Tin can does sound a bit crowded.
Cozy.
On these barren ends of the flex on out.
But before we could finish our entry, there was one last thing to do.
Right, time for a quick tour. Yo, what's up, MTV Cribs? Check out my bivouac. Come on, man, let's have a look. All right, so we've got 9 beds.
9.
Very comfortable beds with nice sheep wool blankets, would we say?
Yeah, lovely warm blankets.
And this is where the magic happens. This is the kitchen. We've got some water, empty bottles, we've got lots of pans, we've got some gas, a lovely spadle here. What's that? Ladle? A lovely ladle here. We've got a nice picture of a dog. This is the going rate for a night in the bivouac per person.
Fantastic.
These are the windows. Easy to use.
Look at that view.
Wow. Look at that for a view.
Fat old glacier down there.
Keeps the warmth in. And I think that's everything. Thanks for checking out my crib. Catch you next time. See you tomorrow. All right, team. Good stay in bivouac, Dozen.
Ah, is very
Yeah,
nice.
excellent.
Yeah, fantastic. Right, let's go back down.
Oh yeah, and there was just one final thing which I didn't show you earlier.
For you, I bleed myself trying.